Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and build update number 3 of our AMT 1966 Ford Fairlane kit. This will be the last update before we finish, so let's break this in. We'll get started here. I'll move all the guys out of the way and we'll talk about what we got. We got Rob back grilling for us tonight, because these guys have been busting tail. Even Daisy's been busting tail. So I'm going to start with the rims. Everything came out really good with these. We did add the valve stem, but I didn't put any wheel weights on here. I didn't, I don't know. I didn't want to dress them down a little bit with the wheel weights. I kind of like the way they look just the way they are. So I left them go, just quick glued on, and no problems at all. But I think they came out really nice. A lot of detail in them. A lot of detail in this kit all around. So we'll jump into the body next. I came down here with all intentions of doing bare metal foil, and then I decided no, I wasn't in the mood to do bare metal foil. So I grabbed my silver Sharpie and my silver gel pen and just went around it here and made it look good. I'm telling you, you don't have to spend the money on the bare metal foil to get good results. These look really great, and took me under an hour, probably under half hour, to be honest with you. I went back over in my panel line with, I mentioned it before, the Gundam liner. This is the gray one, but I used a black one, and they're super pointy. Get right down into those cracks real nice. The number 2 pencil on this one just didn't cut it, but that Gundam marker sure did. And the body's pretty much just needs to dry. I may go around the chrome, but I doubt it. I think we're just going to leave this as good. So we'll get that out of the way and bring in what got most of the attention here, is the body. Let's zoom in here a little bit and take a look at that engine compartment. You can see I'll bring it all the way up here. I got the battery in, the washer in, the brake booster in. There's no the brake solenoid in, but there's no booster. Our wires are all run. We have the heater hoses. We have our vacuum advance, our fuel line, our Excel wires, plug wires running down and then running over to the firewall, and then I have a little bit of brake line running here just to Hollywood it out. So it took a little while, but I'll tell you what, it looks pretty good. And then if you look inside here, see if I can get that to focus. There we go. You can see that I made a coils or a return spring and got the linkage attached to the firewall now. So that return spring, everybody's asking, not everybody, but I've had a couple of questions on what that is, and this is all it is. There's a link in my description for this. I got it on Amazon. It's just 32 AWG magnet wire is all it is, and that stuff is really easy to work with. You get enough to do 7 million cars with what I use it for, and it holds its shape real well, and it paints very well too. So, and on top of that, you can solder with it, or you can solder to it. The air cleaner, I did flat white, and then I dry brushed just real lightly buff on top of that to give it just a little bit of off-white look. You can see the springs are in and the spindles. I glued the spindles in place. This thing was kind of iffy to go together, just because, you know, if you don't glue the spindle in, you got to watch how it lines up. But other than that, this kit's gone together like a dream. It really has. The interior is finished and installed. I'm going to turn you all the way around this way. You can see the center column. What I did is I painted the inside the center column flat aluminum, and then I came around the ring on that with my Molotov pen. And look at that, I even held it to the camera the right way this time. But the Molotov pen, I stripped the chrome off the base of the stick shift, and then realized that I wasn't supposed to do that, so I re-chromed it, but I left a little bit blank there for the where this, you pull it back and forth and where the penundle is. But wouldn't you know, the Molotov pen overnight just seeked its own level and just smoothed right out and covered all that up. So it is what it is. The intention was there, at least. The dashboard came out really good, and what I did with that is I painted that flat white. I didn't like the way it looked before, so I gave it a good shot of flat white, total flat white, and then I let that dry all day, and I came back the next day and I hit that with panel liner, and that's how the numbers worked out. They did really well. And then after I was done with that, I did 2 real good coats, thick coats of my gloss Mod Podge. But that I think that looks pretty good. Not bad, and it didn't take a ton of time. So the dash is done, the steering wheel's in and everything. The seats are installed. Pretty much we're done with the interior. I talked about trying to do panel liner on those little squares, but I was afraid that if I did, it would dull out everything and then run across the door panel itself and mess it up. So I opted to just leave it alone. Sometimes you're better off not messing with things. But it came out really nice, and this thing is easy to build. I mean, it's really easy to put together. Although there's a 4-piece front end here, it's all kind of locked and linked to where everything has to go where it goes. So that looks good. The engine sat in there really nice. No problems whatsoever with anything. The windshield washer bottle, I painted semi-gloss black, and then I took my silver gel pen and went into 2 mounting holes and just hit it with that, just to give it that where it hooks on to the car. So that came out good too. And it just dropped in. I held it this way, set it in place, and it's done. So let's check out the bottom here. The bottom, I'm going to be easy with that because I know I'm sitting on that steering wheel. See if I can pull you back out here. There we go. The bottom, I weathered using my XF60, which is dark yellow, which is what I've been using to weather. I started, I do it in layers. Before anything was put on, I weathered the bottom, and then I started adding things, and as I added them, I weathered them before they went in place. And just always brushing back and forth this way. I never go across the grain, because if I'm going to have a line, I want it to go in the direction of travel. So that's all. We did aluminum the gas tank. I think I'm going to come in and just pick this one and this one and paint them with a semi-gloss black, and then I'll come back and weather them a little bit so we have the straps. I think. I'm not sure. Depends on how much time I got left, because we're coming up pretty close to the group build here for the Facebook group build. And if anybody wants to follow, we are at Grandpa Mark's Hobbies on Facebook. It's a closed group, so you have to request to come on, but pretty much everybody gets in. You know, I'd like everybody, and we don't have any problems there. There's no drama or anything. But when you do your weathering, back to that, remember to weather the engine too before you put it in. I forgot that a couple of times. You can see my drive shaft isn't weathered. It will be, but when I was building this, I had the wrong drive shaft painted and everything. So I did have it all weathered out and all. It was just the wrong one, and it was too long. So I painted that semi-gloss, put it in place, and then I'll come back and weather it. It does turn, you know, it'll spin around, so I can weather it all the way around, and that way if it vibrates or anything and rotates, there won't be any problem. I did do a test fit. This thing goes together really, really nice. So we won't have any problems with that at all. And I think, and I knocked my steering linkage off when I was trying to do a couple of things. But I think this will be the last build update for this. And then it'll be on to the Roadrunner kits. 2 of them at the same time. What I usually say I never like doing. But we're going to do it this time because I have some pretty cool ideas. But with that, I'm going to let you go here. This will be another short one. Once we get into the Roadrunner, we're going to get into some serious weathering and non-weathering. I'll tell you my plans on that one when we get to it. But that's in 3 days, 2 days now. August 1st is going to start our Mopar build on Grandpa Mark's Hobbies. So I hope to see you there. But with that, I will let you go. Y'all have a great night and a better tomorrow. And I'll see you soon. Thanks again for watching.